Now, South Korea's police officers have arrived at President Yoon's home in a bid to arrest him over his short-lived declaration of martial law in early December. Now, about 20 investigators from the Corruption Investigation Office and police officers were seen entering the gate of Yoon's residence in Seoul to execute the warrant for his detention. Hundreds of Yoon supporters gathered on the main road close to the police and tried to deny access to President's residence. Now, Yoon's lawyers said they will challenge the unlawful arrest warrant. Two South Korean military officials, including the Army Chief Park An-soo, who was named the martial law commander last month, have been indicted after being detained by the prosecutors who are currently investigating insurrection charges. The embattled president is wanted for questioning in multiple investigations, including accusations of leading an insurrection after he suddenly declared martial law in early December. A court on Tuesday approved the warrant for Yoon, the first time such a move has been taken towards a sitting president. Yoon was suspended from duties on 14th December after the lawmakers voted to impeach him, but he can only be removed from the office if this is upheld by the country's constitutional court. And now to discuss more on this, I'm joined by DD India correspondent Anil Thomas. Anil, good morning. What is the latest update as tensions continue to simmer outside President's residence? Anil.
Good morning, Deepika. Well, not much of headway that the Corruption Investigation Office has been, able to make, especially when it comes to entering the residence there. And there is a clear standoff there. Almost 4 hours since they have left the office, almost 3 hours since they have entered, but serious object their rights to enter and arrest with the arrest warrant that they are holding that's valid for a week, that's valid till next Tuesday. And we are almost into the third arrest warrant there. So there is a serious attempt that the Corruption Investigation Office is trying to make when it comes to entering the residence. But the protesters outside, they are holding onto the American flag, and now they comes to the rescue of Yoon. That's very unlikely, and this is just buying time. What Yoon supporters, what Yoon is using his supporters for is to buy time. Remember, if he is able to evade arrest in the first place, that's his first attempt. If he is able to evade arrest, time and again they come and they go back, which looks very unlikely, but it's hoping against hope that Yoon and his supporters are doing, because he's time and again talking to his supporters, trying to help tell them that keep this going, because this is a fight to save him and his party. The opposition party, which controls most of the MPs or most of parliament, is clearly asking him to stop this and come and face the investigation. That's something that the opposition has been doing. And remember that just a week before, not even a week gone by, we've seen a big airline crash that's taken place in South Korea. So there is too much that the government and the present day government has to manage when it comes to handling things on the table. And I think Yoon is not helping in any way helping things move forward. He's trying to delay things. He's looking at the inevitable, but it looks unlikely that he's going to take this very long.
Considering the ongoing protest outside President's house and considering the fact that the protesters lined up since late night to avoid this thing, but what is the case that we are considering if the arrest takes place, because there are continuous developments which are underway there outside his residence, Anil?
Deepika, that's very much clear that this arrest is going to take place. The warrants are valid till Tuesday. That's Jan 6th. I think before that, the investigating office or the corruption investigating officers will be able to make headway. Remember, the president's security is very much a part of helping these protesters. So, he's still got some support there on the ground, but it's just delaying the inevitable. He's going to get arrested sooner or later unless he can get something from the court. And the bigger problem that he faces is especially the full strength of the bench that is needed. There were 6 judges, 2 more have been appointed, and there is a likelihood of the opposition parties coming together and appointing the 9th judge. And of the 9 judges there in that constitutional bench, the bigger problem that Yoon faces, he's got just one of them appointed there on the bench. So it's practically, if one takes a look purely in terms of mathematics there, if we are looking at a support that Yoon gets, it's just one judge that he has on the Constitution bench. So if he's arrested, his troubles amount, it gets magnified. And I don't think Yoon having an escape window once his arrest happens. And I think that's what even Yoon and his supporters understand, that you delay the arrest, because if you can delay the arrest, the rest of the things can be managed at a later point of time. But having said that, it looks very unlikely. The way things are moving fast and thin, I think it looks likely that his arrest would happen, as early before this weekend ends.
All right. Thank you so much, Anil, for joining us and bringing us a quick update on the current and ongoing development there in South Korea.